and welcome to the Gothic Unicorn. Today I'm going back to 1/48 scale and to my model, which is based off of the Last Breath In from the Dead End collection by Petite Properties. Now, I am putting this together, as you might be aware, if you've seen the other videos. If not, I'll link the playlist, as a rather rundown public house, and been making good progress with it so far. This is the house. Be very careful. And then, just to remind you, inside we've got the bar, we've got a club room, and then we've got a room that is occupied by a lady of loose morals, let's put it that way. And then we're not worrying about the attic. I'm not going to be doing that on camera. So, you may have just noticed from that quick little glimpse that there is a big gap in the club room, and that's because I've been waiting for something, and it has arrived. What I've been waiting for is a piano kit. So we're going to start today by putting together the piano kit, and then I'm going to move on to some more pieces for the third room. So let's get on with it. The piano kit, as with most of the pieces that I've been building for my 1/48 scale properties, is also by Petite Properties. Now, it comes with all the pieces that you need cut out and really good instructions. Now, I'm in no way sponsored or associated with Petite Properties. I just love their stuff. Simple as, I love their stuff. And I find their instructions really pretty straightforward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just check over the pieces to make sure I've got what I should have. Now, it looks like I've got the right pieces. And what I need to do first, and this is always important, is to read through the instructions. You should always do that, whatever you're doing. Read through the instructions and just make sure you know what you're doing. Now, I am going to start by staining the pieces. I have tended to do this for a while with most of my 1/48 scale pieces, that I stain them with alcohol ink. I just use a alcohol marker. In this case, the colour's called chocolate. And I do it first. If you're going to paint it, you can leave the painting until it's put together. The reason why I'm staining it first is really simple. The stain won't go over, the ink won't go over glue. So if you get any loose bits of glue, stray bits of glue that you don't manage to clean up, you're stuck with them. You'll be stuck with white bits. You stain it, it's not so obvious. First, it's not so obvious. But obviously, if you paint it, most paint will cover up glue. So I'm going to now sit here and colour in all these bits. And then I'll come back and start putting it all together once I'm done with that. I coloured the various pieces of my piano, and I have actually made a little start on sticking bits together. I've stuck the first piece that joins the main body of the piano together, and I stuck these decorative bits onto the panels. Now, the next piece that I need to stick in place is this piece, which is going to fit into here. this right. Yeah, that's the right one. So all I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue onto the back, and I'm going to slide this down into place. So I'm going to put it in to the back and then push it down, and that fits nicely. Now on top of that is going to go this piece here, which I will be a bit careful with because I will get it flush at the top and neat down the sides. So I'll pop some glue on there. Now you could use tweezers for doing this if you felt happier using tweezers. And I got that extra glue off that side. I'll get the extra glue off there. And there's a little bit that's caught on the top of there. Any glue that's left behind, I will utilise the marks because I can make it look dirty, grimy, etc., which goes with my finish. Obviously, I would not advise being so lax if you wanted a good finish. But there we go. So the next bit is this bit, which is going underneath in a similar fashion. It has to come in a bit further because it's got to go to about there. So again, I'm just going to put glue around the edges. At the sides. And then I'm just going to wipe the glue off the bottom. And now we've got the basics of the piano. So turning it over, I've got another panel piece to go on the back. And this just needs a bit of glue. Not a lot. I actually, much of what I've put on will do most this, because I will move it from place to place. I will get a little bit more. But I just like to make sure I've got plenty of glue. And then this sticks on the back, and in the process it covers up the section where the sort of shelf piece fitted through. So if you do want the piano to be visible from the back, it looks good. Now, the next piece I've got to put on is this piece, which is the keyboard cover. I think that's what they call it. It's the bit that you put down over the keyboard when you're not playing it to protect the keys. It might have a more fancy name than that, but we'll refer to it as such. And then that, I've got to go off the picture. Excuse me. That's got to go onto there. Now this means I'm left with 2 bits to do. I've got a lid to put on, and I've got the tiniest music stand in existence. And I haven't, for some reason, done the underneath of this shelf. A bit of a what's it on my part? Bit of a slip up on my part, because that will be a little bit visible. So I'm just going to put a small amount of glue onto here, and I'm going to stick this onto this part here. And I've not done that very well. And this is the entire issue that you have with the really tiny pieces. You do have to fiddle and faff a bit. Now I've noticed that that side has not been coloured. I probably tried to be clever by not colouring the one side, and it's failed. My cleverness, I mean. Now I'm going to leave that for a minute to dry off, and I'm going to look at the stool. And again, I don't know what I've done with all this. I thought I'd done all the bits that needed to be done double-sided. So I'm just going to go over that side of the seat. Unless, of course, what I actually thought to myself was, I will probably do that a different colour, because that would look quite good, wouldn't it? And then I've done exactly the opposite. So all I've done is I've put some glue on the edges of that tab, and I'll put that one in place. Use the wrong end of my toothpick to remove the excess. Repeat the process for the other side. And pop the other end of the stool into place. Now I'm just going to make sure that they are actually at the correct angle. They look like they are. I'll stand that up on there and let that dry. Now this little music stand has now gone off, and I'm just going to put a bit of glue top and bottom of here, and then very, very carefully, this is where tweezers would come in handy. I'm going to slide this into place. Excuse me just in one moment. I'll slide it into place in the middle of the piano front. So we've now got that, and all I need to do is fit the top of the piano. Just going to go on like that. And all I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to pop a bit of glue. And now my glue is going really tacky now, which is great because it means it'll grab quite quickly. But it does also mean that I've got to get it right first time. And I'm going to put that on the back. You'd want it level with the back. And then clear out any glue visible down the side. Yes, including you. And there we have my upright piano to go in my club room. And that is pretty much ready for me to put it into place. Now the only thing I might do is I might add some music, a little bit of paper to make it look like sheet music. I'm not yet sure. So yeah, piano all sorted. I am now just going to own up to my big mistake. I forgot to put the keyboard into place. I hadn't cut the keys out because it's such a small piece of paper. It's printed on the instruction sheet. And I went to put everything away and realised I hadn't done that. So yeah, I messed up, but it's in place now, and it was a bit of a pain to get in place, but it's there. It will work, and my piano is actually completed. Since I completed the piano, I have been working on a few more pieces for the property. I've actually been working on them not in ideal circumstances, so I haven't actually filmed what I've been doing, and I've put together these two kits, which is a bedside cupboards kit and the Edwardian dressing table. Now, I've got them here to show you. What I've done with the bedside cabinets, bedside cupboards, is one I have glued shut, and the second one I've actually left the door so it opens at the moment. I don't know if the door is going to be open in the final scene, but I wanted to give myself some options, so that's what I did. And I finished them off in the light colour that I used for the bed. Now obviously these need dressing a little bit, and I do have at least one little piece that's going to go on these, and I quite like how they've come out, and these were quite straightforward. They might have been better done painted because the base is rather dark, but I decided to run with it and leave the base as dark because there wasn't much I could do to alter it. But yeah, there's the bedside cupboards, and obviously there's also the dressing table. Now the dressing table I did change up a bit because I put the mirror card in here. Now, this actually made life so difficult because it's actually fairly thick, and it made putting these pieces, the top of either side, on rather difficult. And it was also a real pain to actually cut them to size stroke shape. But I think it works. And I think that once it's in the room, you're not really going to see it that well. I just wanted that little glint when somebody looked in. And so I needed mirror there. But yeah, it kind of works. I like the piece. Again, it's a Petite Properties kit. As long as you follow the instructions, they're fairly straightforward, fairly, I'm not going to say simple, but they are fairly, yes, fairly straightforward to make. You know, I like it. It needs dressing, obviously, but I think it is going to work. Now, I've also got a couple of other kits I want to be making for this. I've got a room divider, and I've got a valet stand, a gentleman's valet stand, which I think is going to go in. Oh, and of course, the one I've forgotten is my corner wash stand. So that, yeah, I've got to do. The wash stand looks not difficult at all, but I have actually decided that I'm going to leave those for another video. I'm going to cut this one a bit shorter than I might do, because I need to get this finished. I need to get it finished because we've got some work being done at home, and I don't think I'm going to be able to film for a few days. And if I leave this any longer, it's going to be another week before I get it up. So I thought, right, we'll cut it off with these. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. My bedroom is half furnished, and obviously with the addition of the piano, my club room is now complete, and this is great. I do like having rooms finished, and I am really liking how this one is turning out. If you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you have, please like, comment and subscribe. It all helps my channel. And please consider ringing that notification bell, because then you'll know when I put a video up. Because I don't know when I'm going to do it, so I can't give you any advance warning. But until next time, bye.